When God placed people on earth, He told them to be fruitful and multiply. And we can see from population growth statistics that the world population has been growing steadily for centuries. Around the time of Christ, the world population was around 170 million people. These are people that God loves and knows by name, people in need of God's redemptive plan. It took more than 1,000 years for the population to double to around 340 million. Civilization expanded across Europe, Asia, and India. Note the high concentration of populations in key areas on the map. Despite setbacks of famines, plagues, and war, the population had doubled again within less than a century. By the 1800s, the population exceeded 1 billion. With the industrial age and world exploration, the number of people continued to expand exponentially. By the year 2000, there were around 6 billion people alive. There are now more people alive today than all the people that have lived in times before now. The population has grown and grown and grown. Jesus told His disciples to go into all the world and preach the good news to everyone. So how are we doing? Worldwide, we can broadly say that there are 3 kinds of people. The first group, which is about 1/3 of the population today, call themselves Christians. This includes people who have Christian roots, as well as people who are passionate Christ followers. The second group have not chosen to follow Christ. They have heard about Jesus and they are able to attend a church and get Christian resources. Some of your friends and family members are in this group. The third group have not heard about Jesus and do not have access to the Bible and Christian resources. Many of these belong to another religion or are atheist. A missionary from our church is working in an unreached people group in Zambia. Thank you for your partnership in supporting this important work, and please continue to pray for our missionaries. Jesus Christ is active in the world and He is building His church. On this map, you can see how the gospel has spread to reach new people. As Christians share their faith, churches and faith communities expand and grow. When the first disciples started sharing the good news, they were a small minority in the world. Initially, there were about 120 believers, and a few weeks after Christ's resurrection, 3,000 people became believers on the day of Pentecost. Christ followers continued to share their excitement about this new life that Jesus brings, and their churches grew and grew and grew. Despite setbacks and oppositions, Christians have not lost hope. These groups of people continued to share the life-giving news of the gospel wherever they went, and God is building His church as He promised He would. This year, we want to do everything we can to be a life-giving church. We want to share the heart of Christ our Savior, who wants everyone to be saved. We trust that God will work in our lives and that our church will grow.